Ladies and gentlemen.
You feel like you don't want to hate on the Patriots, but you want to hate on the Patriots. It's because I'm a Patriot fan.
New song now, a new favorite song,
which is
They Not Like Us.
They Not Like Us.
Yeah.
all right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Dougie and Mendoza. It's Dougie Saravo and Big Dave Mendoza. Big Dave, welcome back, bud.
Must be nice.
Always a pleasure to have you on. So, we got a few topics to discuss. Phillip Rivers is back. Kansas City is going home. Josh Allen has the edge in the AFC playoffs, and the Rams take on the Seahawks in Seattle tonight.
Must be nice.
Josh Allen, Phillip Rivers, and we got plenty more to get to. But how do we feel about Phillip Rivers? What do you think about his first game back?
Nah, mediocre.
Yeah, it was like I say, like our parents, cousins having a backyard game on Christmas, Thanksgiving Day. He looked out of shape, but he had some nice throws.
It was you know, it's fun to see him out there again, but at the same time, it's like there's so many other quarterbacks you could have put in that position.
Yeah.
It's like you're literally giving up on the season by putting Phillip Rivers out there. And I'm not saying that he's horrible, but come on, bro. How many years he's been out of the league? 5 years?
4 since 2021, 2020.
Yeah, that's insane. There's so many other quarterbacks you could have put in there.
Yeah, so I guess it's like, you know what, desperation move.
I mean, threw for 120 yards only. Threw a pick, threw one touchdown.
Yeah, but it wasn't a pretty performance.
His QBR, his passer rating was below 50%. So
yeah, it wasn't like a big deal. So I mean, it doesn't affect my team, doesn't affect your team.
The crazy part is, I was watching something, and this will be a hot topic for later.
Ooh,
but Ryan Fitzpatrick had mentioned, he was talking about it. You know, they were asking him about it, and he said Phillip Rivers is in there basically for the benefits because his benefits were about to expire.
Yeah, I think the players, former players, get like benefits for 5 years after they retire, right? Is that what they said?
Something like that. So they're trying to say that Phillip Rivers only resigned just so he get his benefits back.
I mean, it makes sense. The guy has what, 10 kids?
Yeah, he's a grandpa.
Yeah, first grandpa to ever play in the NFL.
Yep. But I mean, come on. Let's move on from Phillip Rivers. Let's put some of these other guys in. Let's trade some. Well, we can't do trades really. So
yeah, you really can't.
Let's pick up some free agents. Let's put some other guys in there. Give them the opportunity to go out there and play and show the. I get you're trying to finish off the season strong, but at the end of the day, I don't think Phillip Rivers is winning you a Super Bowl.
No, I doubt it. I don't think they even make the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they missed the playoffs.
Yeah, and if you look at the standings, I think they're currently outside looking in. So, I mean, maybe
they go up against the Niners, the Jaguars, and the Texans in the season, which is it's going to be tough for them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Tua Tagovailoa is their next quarterback next year. You never know because Tua's been benched. Quinn Ewers is going to be their starting quarterback, possibly for the rest of the year. So that's big news coming out of Miami.
A little Kyler Murray action.
Yeah, maybe Justin Fields. Who knows? I really don't know what route they're going to go to.
Maybe Burrow.
You never know. You never know. There's a lot of quarterbacks that could be on the move. So Kansas City's going home. This is going to be the first Super Bowl in about 3 to 4 years where we're not watching the Kansas City Chiefs. That is such a great feeling. Even though I love Patrick Mahomes, a lot of respect for the guy, we do not have to watch the Kansas City Chiefs this year. Who would have thought they would be 6-8 today?
And you know, my Patriots lost to the Buffalo Bills, but at the same time, it was a win because Kansas City Chiefs got eliminated.
Yeah.
So I take the loss for a win.
Yeah, me too. I'm so glad we don't have to sit through another Taylor Swift promo during the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Thank God we don't got to see that. Because you know how annoying that is to see the Chiefs in, year out. And it's kind of like the Patriots back in the day. Patriots here, Patriots there. But
You
I
know what the
feel
best
like,
part is that it's a mix of guys that, you know, are new into the league and a mix of guys that have won maybe one Super Bowl, two Super Bowls, if anything. You know, it's not the same people that are all over and over again. Like, I mean, yeah, we ran through the Patriot era of them making it most of the time. Then we ran through a Kansas City Chiefs era. So now to see a different Super Bowl, and I'm going to tell you what, if the Rams get in there, I think whoever they play, it's going to be a high viewing Super Bowl, and not just because of
I
that money,
agree.
because of the fact that these are teams that you can't be mad at. Like, I can't be mad at the Rams.
No.
So to look at that, and I'm going to tell you this, one sleeper team for me that might go far in the playoffs this season might be those Jacksonville Jaguars. And I said, once they got Jacoby Myers, I said that this is going to be a totally different team. They're going to play a lot better.
I agree with you on that. They've been playing good football.
Yes.
They've really been playing good football, and I think they're a sleeper team. I totally agree with you.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to see them, get pretty far. I don't think they're going to win a Super Bowl, but at the same time, I think they could get pretty far.
I think so too, especially when they're starting at home down in Florida. I think they'll have the edge in that. And to the Chiefs for one moment, we compare Patriots Chiefs. I feel like this Chiefs team, this Chiefs franchise has been hated more than the New England Patriots. Like, we hated the Patriots, yeah. But the Chiefs, they just became annoying. They became frustrating. They became hated.
The thing is that with the Patriots, you had to find a reason to hate them. You know what I'm saying? You had to look for it deep down. Oh, they got to be cheating. And then when Deflategate came up, it was like, I knew it. Oh, the Jets, they're recording plays. I knew it. But it's like the Chiefs it looks like they blatantly just cheat in front of us, the NFL doing it for them. And I think that's why a lot of people don't like the Chiefs anymore.
Yeah, bad calls here, bad call there.
You watched the Patriots coming up. It was spectacular to see Tom Brady out there. You might have hated the guy, but watching him out there, it was spectacular. Watching the Chiefs out there, Mahomes has, spectacular plays here and there, but like when it's blatantly in front of your face that you could tell that the Chiefs, I mean, the refs are giving them calls, are not giving other teams calls. At the same time, you don't want to fucking watch them no more.
Yeah, that's why they were hated. I mean, Travis Kelce, arrogant, cocky. Of course, I hate Travis Kelce more than I hate Patrick Mahomes. But thank God we do not have to watch the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl this year.
Yep. I'm happy. Must be nice. Take a drink to that.
Yeah, take a drink to that. And with the Chiefs being eliminated and not being in the AFC playoffs, it gives Josh Allen and the Buffalo the edge in the AFC playoffs this year.
Nobody cares about those Buffalo Bills.
But when you look at every time Josh Allen lost in the AFC playoffs, it was either to Joe Burrow or it was to Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game. It was always.
Which proves that, the guy is overrated.
You make your case that he's overrated. This is his postseason to lose. And when you look at Josh Allen and the type of quarterback he's been, he's a dual threat problem for the AFC playoffs. He isn't just a quarterback. He's a power runner. He broke Cam Newton's record. You keep saying, but he's a proven playoff producer.
Selfish, wanted to break that record on purpose.
Big-time performances against elite defenses. Came back 3 times this year. Down 15 against the Baltimore Ravens, number 1. Number 2, down against the Cincinnati Bengals. Came back in that game. And then against your beloved New England Patriots.
We beat them already.
When I remember leaving work, getting a text message, and it said, what did it say? Let me pull it up, Big Dave. because I remember that. You said, how about them effing Patriots?
And you said, hell yeah.
I said, hell yeah, in regards to my fantasy team because I have
No,
Drake May
you
as my
said, hell
quarterback.
yeah, fire.
I said, hell yeah, but in regards to Drake May being on my fantasy team, where did I say hell
We're
yeah?
switching it up now. We're switching it up.
Why do you think I'm rooting for the Patriots all of a sudden?
Because you've been rooting for them all season. Secretly, you've been rooting for them all season. Yeah, I think those Patriots are going to be a good team. Yeah, Drake May is good. Man, those Patriots look good. And then when it comes
I'm
down to
not wrong. I'm
the
not
argument,
wrong.
it changes up to, you know what? They got an easy schedule. They're not playing the best teams. Then when we go out there, we beat the Buffalo Bills the first time. We go out there and beat these. We beat 5 out of the top 10 defenses at one point. Okay.
Yeah. Also,
And
the bottom 10 in the draft.
I'll take this loss because of the fact that going into the playoffs on a high note, under 10 wins in a row, it would have been like 15 wins in a row, whatever it is. Come back to reality. Let's go back. Let's watch this clip. Let's regroup and let's go out there and play good football again. Because at some point when you're winning, you get cocky.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you know
do.
You know what? This will show them that, listen, you got to get down to the grit and get back to working hard and playing good football again. And I don't think they played horrible against the Buffalo Bills. The score was 24-7 going into the half. The Buffalo Bills got the ball first, scored 24-14, only down by 10 points. You act like the Patriots didn't score 11 points after that.
No, I think they played a great game, but that you can't discredit Josh Allen. But what I look at is how you're hypocritical and how you contradict yourself, because you mentioned easy schedule. Oh, it's not our fault we have an easy schedule. But if the Giants have a hard schedule, or if the Bears have an easy schedule, oh, the Bears aren't really that good. They played against terrible teams.
This season, you can look at this season and say that a lot of people have an easy schedule due to injuries. A lot of teams. The Baltimore Ravens. Hold on. Let's go to the top teams coming into this season, because this season was a lot of top teams, right? We've got the Buffalo Bills, right?
Buffalo, yeah.
Okay.
One of the best teams in the AFC.
Okay, sit right behind the New England Patriots in the same division because they play the same teams as us 6 games out of the year, right? So we beat them one time already. We beat them at the beginning of the season. Then they doubted, all right? The Baltimore Ravens have been injury prone all season. The team that was favored to win the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Lamar Jackson also.
Cincinnati Bengals, who were another favorite to make a Super Bowl run.
Oh, okay? Didn't David Mendoza say that? Dave Mendoza said the Bengals were going to win the Super Bowl. Correct.
Yeah, they were a favorite coming in, and what happened? Joe Burrow got hurt almost the whole season.
Correct.
Their chances to make the playoffs. Okay, that's another top team right there. The Philadelphia Eagles came into this season, okay, played like they didn't even want to play with each other at some point. Okay, best team in the league, right? Super Bowl champions. Correct. We got Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes missing the playoffs. So I don't want to hear that the Patriots have an easy schedule when you got the Chiefs that are about to miss the Chiefs that are missing the playoffs. Okay, the Philadelphia Eagles, who look like they don't know what the hell's going on, especially with their offensive coordinator over there. You got the Baltimore Ravens, who are injury prone all season. You got the Bengals, who lost their best quarterback in the league. So I don't want to hear this whole, we have an easy schedule, because by the looks of it, everybody else has had an easy schedule, and we've had a decent schedule. We play 5 of the top 10 defenses in this league, and we beat 5 of the top 10 defenses.
But you're missing the point. When the Bears have an easy schedule, and I say, oh, they're 9-3, they could be the best team in the NFC. Oh, they didn't play anyone. Giants have a hard schedule. You guys just suck. It's not your fault you have a hard schedule.
I mean, you guys do just suck. Come on.
But it's not our fault. Not our fault we got a hard schedule. Not our fault.
The biggest choke of the season is from the Giants. Come on.
All right, you want to talk about easy schedule, right? You guys beat the Titans. You guys beat the Browns. You guys beat the Saints. Beat the Panthers. Beat the Jets. Beat the Bengals. Beat the Giants. all in the top 10 for the NFL draft.
Okay.
Correct?
Okay.
The real test is going to be come January in the playoffs.
You look at the Giants. I mean, really, what have they done? Who have they played?
Giants schedule?
Yeah. You lost to the Commanders, okay? The Commanders. Okay, you lost to the Cowboys.
With Jaden Daniels, by the way.
You lost to the Cowboys. Okay.
On a field goal.
They're not doing that great. Their record's not the best.
On a field goal.
Okay. You lost to the Chiefs, who got eliminated from the playoffs. Okay.
Primetime
you
game.
Finally beat the Chargers. You lost to the Saints because you want to call out the Patriots about the Saints, right? Because you guys lost to the Saints. Couldn't even beat the Saints. Come on.
Turnovers.
Can't even beat the Saints. Okay. You beat the Eagles. Big woo. A team that looked like they weren't even ready. They don't even want to play together this season. Okay. AJ Brown's probably gone next season. You lost to the Broncos, your favorite team over there, which was the biggest choke of the season because you guys were up. Come on. I don't want to hear it. Okay. Then the Eagles said, okay,
Defense
you guys
collapsed.
The Eagles said, you want to play us again? We're going to bust your ass.
In Philly. It's in Philly.
Okay? 38-20. Then you lost to the Niners. Okay. I don't want to hear it. You lost to the damn Niners.
Good team.
That was with Mac Jones playing.
Good team.
You lost to the Bears.
A team up and coming.
Okay. You lost to the Packers.
A team that has the best defense.
The Lions ain't doing good this season either. Okay.
And we lost to the Patriots.
You lost to the Patriots. Wait, sorry. You didn't just lose to the Patriots. You got your ass whooped by the Patriots, 33-15. And then you lost to the Commanders again. A second time.
Divisional game.
Hold on.
Divisional game. Divisional game. Your favorite word. Divisional game. Your favorite game. Divisional game.
You said you beat the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels, but you just lost to the Washington Commanders with Marcus Mariota.
No, I never said that. I said we lost.
You were defending the Commanders before.
We lost to Jaden Daniels in week 1.
And then you lost to Marcus Mariota.
By 8 points.
You lost to Marcus Mariota. Okay, so we're going to talk about easy schedule because I know there's hard games that New England played.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go that route. I mean, the Giants had just as much as easy schedule than we did.
Oh, well, you also lost to a 42-year-old quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. So
second game of the week, season,
21-14, I think.
Second game of the season. Then to go on what, a 10-game win streak after that?
Things happen, Big Dave.
Come on.
All right, we got the Rams playing the Seahawks tonight, as we got the jerseys in the background. We got the Rams, we got the Seahawks, and I think the winner of this game wins the division, but I also believe the winner of that division goes to the Super Bowl and plays in their division rival stadium in San Fran.
Yeah, I'm still a big believer in the Rams. I think they're the most complete team out of a lot of the teams. But I'm going to say this game tonight, I really don't expect Puka to do much.
Yeah, especially with this controversy that's going on around it with him.
Yeah, I think, I mean, he has to show out, but at the same
for
time,
sure.
But at the same time, I think he gets limited playing time because he just keeps talking. He keeps running his mouth.
Yeah, and I don't know if he'll be a target for them. I don't. I think he'll just. I think Stafford will go towards Devontae. He'll go to Twell. He'll go to Tyler Higbee.
Isn't Devontae questionable?
I
believe he's questionable to play.
That's the latest, but I think he'll end up playing.
Yeah, they're saying that he might play, but right now he's questionable. So I'm gonna say this: expect
more targets for.
Expect what's his name, Colby Parkinson, to step up.
That's the guy with the long hair, right?
That's a tight end.
Yeah, Colby Parkinson.
Yeah, Colby Parkinson. Expect him to step up. Expect him to have a good game because the way Puka's going this week, I don't know about him. You know, he was on who's that YouTuber's podcast or stream?
Aiden Ross.
Yeah, so he was on on there, and then he was talking about the refs on there, blatantly saying that they just want TV time, which is going to give them a big hefty fine. And then on top of that, Aiden Ross streams everything, so he got on a call with Puka again because Puka was supposed to get him in the building, and Puka was saying that let's get past this game because they don't want you in the building right now, with everything that's going on and what happened with him saying that, talking about the NFL refs, that they're not going to be able to get Aiden Ross in. So expect them to look at that now and maybe limit snap count on them, maybe have them sit out the first couple, the first quarter, and then play the second quarter, third quarter. So I mean, I would really, really watch his snap count this game because I don't know. I know the fine's coming. It's all about whether a suspension comes from the organization or a sit out comes from the organization because of the fact that he keeps going. He keeps bringing this up, and I don't blame him about the second video, but at the same time, you got to watch what you say. It's professional sport here.
But I think Aiden asked him to do the celebration, so it's not like he just came out of nowhere to do it. But
yeah,
you know how cancel culture is. You got to be careful. All right, so if there was a quarterback you wanted tonight, who would you rather have? And let me just correct his spelling quick.
Well, it's be nice.
There we go. Who would you rather have, Sam Darnold or Matthew Stafford?
Stafford all day.
See, I like Stafford. He's my midseason MVP. Just like my preseason MVP was Bo Nix. Right now it's Matthew Stafford to run away with it. I just don't know if he could handle the pressure on the road against Seattle, especially this time of year. I think tonight Sam Darnold is going to have a bigger game than Matthew Stafford.
That's the thing is, I feel like this Rams team, even if Stafford had a bad game, I think this Rams team is so complete that they could win the game. They could still win the game. We look at the Seahawks, and they've been playing phenomenal, great defensive football as well. But at the same time, I don't see them coming out and beating Stafford. I think Stafford all around this season is just locked in. And Sam Darnold's playing on that high of we're playing good football, but at the same time, I think there's going to be teams that just bring him back to earth.
All right, so correct me if I'm wrong. Now you're saying Matthew Stafford is locked in. But before, you were saying that Stafford has great receivers around him. That's why he's having the year he has.
He does have great receivers. That's what makes him locked in this season.
Okay.
Devontae Adams, Puka Nacua. When we're going to see probably Kobe Parkinson open up tonight. Kyron Williams in the backfield. Blake Corum has now stepped up. So now you have a dual threat backfield. I see that team is just locked in, and Stafford's locked in of winning a Super Bowl this season.
Yeah, I think
I
he
said
wants
it at
another
the beginning of the season that the Rams were my pick.
Oh, yeah, so did I.
So, I mean, you didn't pick them to win a Super Bowl, but you picked them going far.
Yeah. I think they're the best team. Do I think they can get the job
literally
done?
Looking at all the teams, right?
It depends if they have home field or not.
Looking at all the teams, there's only two teams that stick out to me. Okay. And that's the New England Patriots because they've been playing,
of course, and because you're a Patriots
exceptionally well together. And nobody can deny that. Okay. Drake May has looked like the reincarnation of Brady out there. Okay. He's moving the ball around. He's not focused on one receiver. All receivers are getting now. And now he is mobile. Okay. On top of that. So you would think that a team like the Patriots are one of those teams that will be favored to win a Super Bowl. But then when
had an easy schedule, correct?
When you come on. Easy schedules go around the whole league this season. I don't want to hear it within injuries. Okay? But we look at this Rams team. This Rams team has Devontae Adams that has stepped up so far in the red zone. They have Puka Nakua, who goes 30 yards down the field and makes an amazing catch. You got Kyron Williams, who finds the hole and makes it up the field. You got Blake Corum that's just stepping up now, making big plays, okay, across the league. So to look at this team, and defensively, they've played well. So to look at this team, they are the best team going in. But as we say, the playoffs are a whole new season. Playoffs are a whole new season. And this is why teams like my Patriots, you know what? I'm glad that they've, I wanted them to clinch the AFC East, of course, as a fan, but at the same time, I'd rather it get out of the system now because you know what? We have 3 games to fix what we can fix going into the playoffs. And not to mention that we played this Buffalo Bills team with 2 offensive left tackles out, 2 of them. Okay. So that means that left side was weak. We got Will Campbell walking around right now with 3 more weeks until the playoffs. So once we make it in the playoffs, you're talking about Will Campbell coming up back, that left side getting a lot stronger, okay? And then playing a lot better. So you guys could say all you want about the New England Patriots. Oh, they got an easy schedule, this, that, and the third. But you know what? They've made the biggest improvement, the biggest impact this season. And that's why Drake May deserves to be MVP, because of the fact that he's led the league in completions, in QBR, at one point in yards. This is what makes MVPs right here. That's why Stafford's got the numbers. Don't get me wrong. Stafford's got the numbers going out there. He's got the touchdowns. He had the yards. But at the same time, the most valuable player to their team as a whole is Drake May. That Patriots team would be nowhere without Drake May right now. Okay, he's moved the ball everywhere. That Rams team, you look at that Rams team, you put Patrick Mahomes back there, they're making the playoffs. You could probably put Tua back there, and they probably make the playoffs with that team.
What about Jackson Dart?
Jackson Dart? Possibly. I mean, that team overall is like I said, is one of the best complete teams of the season right now, with the running back position, the wide receivers. Okay. That offensive line, you see Stafford just sitting in the backfield sometimes, just waiting for somebody to get open. So I wouldn't be surprised. You put Drake May over there, he'd be even a better, he'd probably be the number 1 quarterback in the league with that receiving core. And I've said it. You look at the Patriots at the beginning of the season, I told everybody, I said Diggs will be a factor sooner or later, but it depends on how long it's going to take because he just came off injury.
You did say that on the first show we did this year.
And they were playing good games, and then all of a sudden Diggs stepped it up and they were playing phenomenal football again. So for me, a team most valuable player, and we've talked about this in previous shows, the stat grabbing, but the stats are not too off between Drake May and Stafford at this point. I think that if you were to ask me who's the most valuable player on their team right now, would be Drake May, Jonathan Taylor. I mean, Stafford, of course, but he has the weapons with him.
You could throw Josh Allen in that conversation.
Josh Allen, the ball hog.
But think about it, they came back twice. Came back against the Patriots, came back against the Ravens, came back against the Bengals. You cannot count that man out.
But then again, so I'll say this, okay?
You can't count that man out.
You can't count him out until the playoffs start because he hasn't finished the playoffs.
And now Patrick Mahomes ain't there. Joe Burrow ain't there. This is his postseason to lose. So
when he loses and gets eliminated, all right? Let's play a scenario out. When he loses, he loses and he gets eliminated from the playoffs.
Let's say wild card round. Let's
say
wild card round.
All right?
Yeah, let's say wild card round.
It doesn't matter. He gets eliminated. Whether it's the wild card, whether it's the AFC Championship, he doesn't win a Super Bowl. Okay? That shows you that he's overrated. He can't get the job done. and he's not a top quarterback right now.
I think that's where you're wrong.
Why? The man has not made a Super Bowl appearance.
I think he's one of the game's great quarterbacks, but he won't be in that elite conversation.
So then Cam Newton is one of the league's great quarterbacks too.
No, I would not throw Cam Newton in that conversation. Cam
Why?
Newton would be good,
Why?
but I wouldn't consider him one of the great quarterbacks.
Why?
Why? Okay, he hasn't won a Super Bowl, number one.
But he's made it.
He's not consistently. He wasn't consistently a playoff quarterback. Josh Allen has every year since he got here, basically. I wouldn't consider like Carson Palmer.
Josh Allen just beat Cam Newton's record.
He ran because he's a good running mobile quarterback.
Cam Newton, though. It's Cam Newton. So Cam Newton led that way the whole way through.
But Josh Allen is a dual threat, a dual threat quarterback. He could play both sides of the ball.
Cam Newton has played that position very, very well.
You're not wrong, but at the same time, you can't discredit Josh Allen for what he's been doing for the game. I get your whole idea. You don't want to consider him with the elite quarterbacks like the Peytons, the Bradys, the Mahomes, the Rodgers, all these great quarterbacks of our generation, because they all have Super Bowls. Josh Allen hasn't, but he's still a meaningful quarterback for that organization. Without him, they're irrelevant.
So are the Panthers. When Cam was there.
All right, let's look at their year-by-year record with Cam Newton.
Let's look at the accomplishments.
So you're saying
they both won MVP, right?
Correct.
All right. Cam Newton, he won Offensive Player of the Year that year that he won MVP.
Correct.
Okay. He won Rookie of the Year.
Correct.
First team All-Pro. 3-time Pro Bowl. Right?
Correct.
So we'll go off of that for NFL stats, right? Josh Allen, MVP last season. Correct?
But how many winning seasons did they have?
Hold on. Josh Allen, MVP last year, right?
Yeah.
So they both got one MVP.
Correct.
Josh Allen, how many times has he made first team Pro Bowl? All Pro? 0. I'll answer that for you. 0. He's been twice second team and 3 and twice second team, never first team. Okay.
All right. Since Cam
Pro Bowl. They both have 3 Pro Bowls.
Okay.
Okay. So Cam Newton is the same as Josh Allen.
No, but they bring winning football to their team. All right. Cam Newton got there in 2011. They went 6-10. Okay. Then they went 7-9. Then they went 12-4. Then they went 7-8-1. Then 15-1. Then 6-10. Then 11-5. Then 7-9.
Okay.
Josh Allen has had winning seasons year after year. Cam Newton was inconsistent.
He's not once won a Super Bowl.
It's a team sport. When it comes to winning a Super Bowl, it's a team sport.
Yeah, but the quarterback makes the biggest difference.
Why? What does Josh Allen have to do with the Buffalo Bills winning a Super Bowl? It's a team sport.
Everything.
Dave.
Everything.
But that I don't consider him overrated from that aspect just because he don't win a Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl, but I don't think he's overrated. Yeah, I hate the guy, but I don't think he's overrated. Ben Roethlisberger, 2 Super Bowls. I don't think he's overrated. Phillip Rivers, he hasn't won a Super Bowl. I don't consider him overrated.
So then you can't. That's what I'm saying. You've got Cam Newton, which a lot of people say that Cam Newton's career wasn't the greatest. But he's done the same accomplishments as Josh Allen.
The
The same accomplishments as Josh Allen.
I don't know. I disagree with you on that aspect. I just think this is Josh Allen's to lose, and I think he has the edge going into this postseason. I truly do.
So if Josh Allen loses this playoffs, gets eliminated,
Correct.
do you agree that he's overrated?
I wouldn't say he's overrated. I just won't consider him one of the greats.
I don't consider him one of the greats now. Listen, Josh Allen, good quarterback. Will he ever be great? I don't think so, because of the fact that the man doesn't make players around him better. Okay, we've watched quarterbacks make players around them better. And Josh Allen has not done that. We've seen him rush. We've seen him run. He's just broken the most touchdown
I think it's at
quarterback
80.
rushing
It's at
touchdowns.
80.
So come on.
Because
At the same time, I could say that he is in no way, shape, or form a great quarterback.
I think you're a little confused.
How am I confused?
I think you're
So
looking.
Cam Newton is a great quarterback.
I think you're looking for the word elite. You do not want to call Josh Allen elite.
Yeah, it wouldn't. I mean, he will never be with those big names as Tom Brady, Ben Roethlisberger, Peyton Manning,
Eli Manning.
even Eli Manning. He would never be in that conversation for me, because of the fact that if you were as good as a quarterback, like you said you were, you would make players around you better. We saw when Tyreek Hill left the Chiefs, they ended up coming back. He's made Rashee Rice look like a Hall of Famer. A Hall of Famer. Okay. Travis Kelce, same way. Travis Kelce's stock value has went down. Okay.
Yeah.
And even with him going down, Mahomes is still making other players look amazing. Okay. And then everybody wants to go, well, Josh Allen doesn't have it. All of these players with him. He's lost Stephon Diggs. So make the players better. Okay. We watched Drake May all season, and he's made every single player on that team look like they can go anywhere and play great football. We saw it when Tom Brady was there, Julian Edelman, all these guys that he made look like great players. But Josh Allen does not make anybody around him look great. He makes himself look great. Okay, so if we're going to call anybody selfish, instead of Aaron Rodgers selfish, let's call Josh Allen selfish at the end of the day.
Why? Because he runs the ball?
Because he runs the ball. If you were that good of a quarterback, and we've seen pocket protection for Josh Allen. We've seen him sit in a pocket for a long time, and that's how he gets a lot of his big runs. But if you can't make those players around you better, then what is the point? That means you're not top tier quarterback for me. Okay, we've seen Drake May do it. We've seen Stafford do it. Okay, Stafford has made Puka Nacua look like a future Hall of Famer. Okay, we know Devontae Adams could ball out. So when he catches balls, no big deal. But when we watch these other quarterbacks causing these receivers to look like future Hall of Famers, which they probably are, but coming in, we don't know who they are. So Josh Allen has done absolutely nothing for me besides making himself look like the best player on that team. And that's by rushing the ball. Okay, he could sit in that pocket. He could throw the ball. He's got Khalil Shakir. He's got a bunch of people. He's got Dalton Knox over there. He's got Kincaid over there. At times have showed spurs of it. Use your tight ends. Use your receivers. Use your running back. Even James Cook has looked like he's taking it back a notch. And James Cook is leading over there in rushing yards. I think he's second in rushing yards this season. So for anybody to argue that Josh Allen right now is one of the best quarterbacks in the league or top 5 quarterbacks in the league is insane to me. Now, I'm not taking anything away from Josh Allen. The guy he is a mobile quarterback. But at the same time, we know that he's a better thrower than a runner at the same time. And you've showed me digression on your throwing skills, because it looks to me like you wanted to break Cam Newton's all-time touchdown record by a quarterback. When you look at these other guys, if you look at Cam Newton, at times he had no choice but to rush. That offensive line sucked over there. But Josh Allen has a complete team over there, and yet it's all about me for him. So I don't knock Josh Allen for what he's done, but at the same time, I don't think he's that top elite quarterback, the top 5 quarterbacks in his league this season.
So who would you want moving forward? Of course, you're going to say Drake May. Do you feel like Drake May and Jackson Dart could maybe meet up in a Super Bowl 5 years down the road?
No. I don't think so, because I think that Jackson Dart will get you guys wins, but that Jackson Dart will not win you a Super Bowl. I think he's got a great mindset on him, but this comes back to the fact that I've said that he plays the same style of football as Daniel Jones. The guy's been in more concussion protocols than most people in this league this season. Okay. So unless you tighten up areas, which I don't see getting tightened up anytime soon, and that's going to probably be another 3 years to 5 years before that team becomes all around a great team if they put the players and the time, the money into it. But by then, I think Jackson Dart is going to be slowly flushed out of the league, and you guys are going to be onto another quarterback.
Oh, that's disrespect to Jackson Dart.
Why?
Because he's
leads the league in concussion protocols.
He's also top 10 in QB rating.
Also leads the league in concussion protocols. We've said it that Jackson Dart, he's out there and he's playing football. It seems like to get hit, to get hurt. Okay, we saw with Daniel Jones, and he's playing it. No offense, he's playing in the worst, what people consider the worst stadium in the league.
It is. I hate it. I hate watching football there.
I would love to see the Giants actually, listen to their fans and listen to everybody and say, listen, we're gonna, let's switch it. Let's go maybe with a 50-50 split or whatever it is, 80-20 split of dirt and turf, whatever they're running. But you gotta change it. And the NFL is making moves to change it. The NFL said that they were hiring a company out there to inspect all of them so that they go through certain companies to get their turf.
Yeah, but I don't think they can yet because you have the World Cup there.
Well, by the time this season's over and the World Cup comes, you probably can get something done. But no offense, I would have made this. It's hard because we play in a cold environment, but at the same time, like, bro, just use the dirt, use the regular grass, and it probably costs them a lot of money to switch it up. But at the same time, if your players are getting injured and turf toe is a big thing, ACL tears and stuff like that how about you start thinking about your players? Because it seems like you don't care about your players if you're going to keep the same thing happening over and over with that turf.
Mm-hmm. All right, so let's see what your game to watch is for this week. So we got the Rams Seahawks tonight. Saturday you got Eagles Commanders. Then you got Packers Bears. Then on Sunday you got the Chargers and Cowboys, Vikings Giants, Bengals Dolphins, Buccaneers Panthers, Jets Saints, Bills and the Browns, Chiefs Titans, Jaguars Broncos, Falcons Cardinals, Raiders Texans, Steelers Lions, Patriots Ravens, Niners and Colts. So of all those games, Dave, what is your game to watch? What is that? What do you have? Like, for me, I'm looking at the Jaguars and Broncos. Can Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars handle that environment, handle the cold? Because this could be a road game for them come playoff time. So what's your game to watch for week 16?
I'm especially looking at tonight's game because tonight's game is it's one of those big games of the seasons. You got the Rams coming in with the best record in the NFC. And then you got Seattle coming in right behind them. So, that's a divisional game. That's a game that's going to also probably tell you your bye week for postseason play.
Yeah, like I said, I
So
think
I think tonight is definitely a big game to watch because you're gonna get the bye week, but you're also gonna find out who's gonna play either the Rams or Seahawks in a wild card game.
yeah.
So we're having a battle of two titans in the NFC, and I do believe the Rams will come out victorious on this game. But at the same time, either way, if the Rams win or lose, these are two teams that can possibly make it all the way to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, this is looking like Minnesota Detroit last game of the year last year. This is how important
Especially
that
on the
game is.
NFC side, bro. Philly's been looking shaky. Uh we look at Saquon, he stepped it back a notch. We look at Tampa Bay, they've played well football here and there. They've also been injury prone. And even with their players coming back, it seems like they're still not in that rhythm.
Yeah, Tampa's inconsistent. I call them overrated.
Yeah, and then Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay, we've watched them win without Micah. I know Micah's done for the season. So it's about them just recouping and getting back into that, rhythm. But I just don't see the Packers being a threat because of the fact that who do they have over there besides Josh Jacobs in the backfield and Jordan Love? I mean, their wide receivers are brand to me.
Yeah.
They're not
And
that great.
I don't trust Jordan Love that much.
Yeah, and I don't trust the Chicago Bears. I mean, I know they've been playing well football, but at the same time, one of their best receivers, Roma Dunze, has done absolutely nothing these past couple games.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's fighting an injury, but still, at the same time, this is where I'm saying that this is what makes your champion. Everybody says, we all know that defense wins championships, but at the same time, you still got to score points. And this is why my argument for the Rams are the team to beat right now because of the fact that we know that they can score points.
Yeah, they do put points up.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the NFC side, right now you got the Rams at the 1 spot. Then you got the Bears at the 2 spot.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles at the 3 spot. Tampa at the 4 spot, but I think that will be Carolina. Seahawks at the 5 spot. Niners at the 6 spot. And I don't think they have a shot for the division. And then Green Bay at the 7 spot, but I think Detroit ends up taking that. So realistically, the loser of this game is going to have to play either the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Carolina Panthers in week 1 of the NFC wildcard playoffs.
Or the Cowboys if they find a way to sneak in.
Yeah. So
but at the same time, it's like all those teams right there, the names don't excite me.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm saying. I think the winner of tonight goes to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. And don't be surprised if you watch these two teams face up again in the NFC Championship.
Yeah, I'm not scared of the Packers. I'm not scared of the Niners. I'm not scared of the Bucks or the Panthers. I'm not scared of the Eagles.
And they're a 1 and 2. They're a 1 and 2 seed. So which means that the only time they can possibly meet up again is in the NFC Championship.
Yes. So this is a must-win game for both teams.
Yeah, for sure.
Must-win game for both teams. So before you mentioned the Patriots would be nowhere without Drake May.
Yeah.
So
this season would not be this season without Drake May over there.
So what do you think the biggest difference was for him? Was it his game or was it we got Mike Vrabel over here because he's taking Ryan Tannehill looking like he was elite for a bit. And, they went 4-13 last year, Drake May and Gerard Mayo. So what do you think? What was the difference for Drake May this year?
Well, there's a lot of differences. I mean, the atmosphere seems like they're having fun. We saw that Gerard Mayo, we saw locker room stuff where he was degrading players at one point. Vrabel comes over there and he lifts players up. We also got Josh McDaniels back. That's one of the greatest offensive coordinators in the league this season. And then you got a team that's believing in their quarterback, that's having that fun time, that's having that great time. I mean, Will Campbell comes in with a "I love Drake" May shirt. So
Yeah,
that
I saw
to me,
that.
that means the chemistry's absolutely amazing this season. So I think that as a whole, and it's crazy to say because you don't see this happen often where a new head coach comes in, the OC comes back, uh, where your team is playing phenomenal football, having a good time, having fun. So I think there's a lot of things to it, but it also comes down to Drake May because at the same time, they have, talks all around the league have been the greatest ball threat in the NFL this season. He's putting passes, throwing passes where it's down the field and it's like late in the receiver's hand. He's had passes where he'll look right in the center of the field and he'll throw a dart straight to freaking Hunter Henry. So
Mhm.
I think he's, the difference maker over there. Is a lot of pieces being moved around. But when your quarterback's playing that well, it also, it helps that, your team is winning. Because we could always, we've seen it before. Look at the Chiefs this season. Andy Reid's been their head coach for the longest, and seems like they're not having fun. Patrick Mahomes seems like
Yeah.
he hasn't been playing well this season, and they're losing. They got eliminated from the playoffs. So I mean,
Yeah,
everything
that
works
locker
out
room looks
well,
different.
huh?
That locker room looks different this year.
Yeah, I think Travis Kelsey's done. I think he retires after the season. I mean, he's married to the richest singer there is. So he's set for life. Well, he's gonna get married to the richest singer there is. He's basically set for life. His podcast is doing very well with him and Jason. And I think that Travis Kelsey should retire. I mean, think about his health. Guy's been in the league for a long time. He's won Super Bowl championships already. He's accomplished a lot of stuff. He will never be the greatest tight end ever. We know that's Gronkowski's role right there. But I mean, he's done well when he was in Kansas City.
Wait, you think Gronkowski's the greatest tight end to ever
Greatest
play the
tight
game?
end, greatest tight end of all time.
Ooh.
Tops Tony Gonzalez.
Okay. All right.
Tops Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez is my second.
All right. Good.
No, Tony Gonzalez. We all know what Tony Gonzalez did for tight ends. He made tight ends the name that they are. He's, that nobody would know tight ends if it wasn't for Tony Gonzalez. But when we come to play style, the way that those guys went out there, the grit, I think Gronk just weighed, heavily over that. I think he played a lot harder. He played, he had a lot more fun. Shannon Sharp, no way.
Nah,
Shannon
I
Sharp.
disagree with that.
No
So
way, Sharp.
Kevin Kors brought up Jared Verse. He's a second round pick. He's in his second year. You think their defense is something to worry about come January, or it's just the offense for the Rams?
I think that their defense has played well this season. I mean, they've had great games. Listen, they don't have 11 wins for no reason. And then if you look back at it, I mean, a lot of their teams that they've played, they've kept under like 20 points. So I think that the Rams, depending on the teams that they play, they're gonna have tough times. They're gonna have times where, they defend and they play well. But I think in reality, I think that they're just the team to beat. I think that when the offense plays well, the defense plays well, the whole team plays well, and they just become a great team all together.
All right, so Phalen Known said Shannon Sharp is a
Fall in one.
Oh,
Fall in one.
I thought maybe that's the last name. Shannon Sharp is a 3-time Super Bowl champion and has the numbers.
Gronkowski's a 4-time Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, end of that discussion.
Come on.
So who we picking tonight? I like the Rams. I just don't trust them on the road. So I'm going with the Seattle Seahawks to win this game.
I'm going with the Rams. Like I said, I think that they're great, but at the same time, I think the Seahawks are a great team. Listen, but I don't. There's no weapons over there. There's no. Tell me a big name over there.
Jackson Smith.
Jackson Smith and Jigba, one of the greatest receivers this season. Okay, name me a second guy.
Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker, who shares a backfield with Zach Charbonnet, who have been both mediocre this season.
Cooper Kupp.
Cooper Kupp, big name, hasn't done much this season. You look at the Rams, and I can name 5 players off the back, with Stafford being in their backfield, Devontae Adams, Puka Nakua, Kyron Williams, now
Tyler
Blake
Higbee.
Corum. I can name all of them. So,
yeah, I don't know. I just
by the way, the whole Shannon Sharp versus Gronkowski, Gronk's played in less games and probably has way more targets, almost as much receiving yards. So,
which year was he hurt?
I have no idea. Let me pull that up. Hold on.
Oh, all right, you already answered.
Gronk has done more in less time than Shannon Sharp has done. Come on.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I wouldn't have thought of Shannon Sharp when it came. I didn't even know he played tight end. I thought he was like a receiver. So to even mention Shannon Sharp, delusional, honestly.
Here you go. Here's a player comparison. Shannon Sharp has played in 204 games, right? Rob Gronkowski, 143. Okay, within that time period. Within that time period,
I don't think of Shannon Sharp when I think of great tight ends.
Hold on, because that's a 61 games played difference. So if you want to go, that's what, about 4 seasons difference? 18, 36, 36, 30. Yeah, almost 4 seasons of a difference. Okay. So Shannon Sharp has played 4 more seasons than Gronkowski. Okay. Shannon Sharp ended his career with 10,060 receiving yards. Gronk finished with 9,286 yards in 4 less seasons.
What age did they retire at? Gronk is what, 36, 37?
Gronk is 36.
So he retired at what, 34?
Yes.
And
Around
Sharp retired when? Because Gronk could have still played.
And he still could play.
He went to Tampa.
35, he retired.
And he was still the same.
So Sharp retired at 35 and still played, what he played, 14 seasons?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see Gronk. Gronk retired. And remember, he retired and came back.
Yeah. He went to Tampa.
He retired at the age of 36. Officially.
Yeah, I don't consider
Which
Shannon
means that
Sharp.
he retired. He about to retire at the age of 34. 33, 34. Okay. So we look at these guys. He first retired at age, okay. He first retired at age 29 and then he retired at age 32. And then his final retirement was, which we don't count as 36 because that's when he retired as a Patriot. Okay. So he retired at 32. Then you look at the stat comparison of these two guys. Okay. Let me pull that back up.
Yeah, I don't even know why they brought it up.
You look at the stat comparison. Shannon Sharp had 10,060 receiving yards within all that time. Gronk had 9,286. Okay. Gronk also averaged 15 receiving yards a game. Shannon Sharp 12.3. Gronk averaged 64.9 receiving yards a game. Shannon Sharp 49.3. Within that time, Shannon Sharp only scored 62 receiving touchdowns. Gronk 92 receiving touchdowns. 30 more receiving touchdowns in more seasons than Shannon Sharp. Okay. Sharp had 9 rushing touchdowns. Gronk had 2. Big whoop. We don't count 9. Or rushing yards. Sorry. Sharp had 0 rushing touchdowns. Gronk had 1 rushing touchdown.
See, but here's the thing. I did not know Shannon Sharp was a tight end. That's how irrelevant I find him to be when it comes to that position. I think of Tony Gonzalez. I think of Rob Gronkowski. You gotta be like, I don't know who you are, but you're delusional if you think Shannon Sharp is one of those all-time great tight ends. Like, realistically, when he comes to my head, when that position comes to my head, I think of Tony Gonzalez as number one. Rob Gronkowski could be number two, but I really don't consider. I never thought Shannon Sharp was a tight end. Realistically, when you think of that position, Shannon Sharp does not come to my mind.
If you look at Tony Gonzalez compared to Shannon Sharp, Tony Gonzalez even had a better season than him. I mean, Tony Gonzalez. All right, receiving yards. Hold on, let me go back because I don't know what the hell just happened. What just happened?
Like, I'd even throw Antonio Gates in the conversation.
You look at Shannon Sharp versus Tony Gonzalez. Shannon Sharp had 10,060. Tony Gonzalez had 15,000 receiving yards. And this is why I say Tony Gonzalez is second best, because even Tony Gonzalez's longevity, he played way more games than Shannon Sharp.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so this is what creates, the stats higher as well. But you look at the two kinds of players they are. I mean, Tony Gonzalez, 111 touchdowns in his career compared to 62.
Yeah.
Okay, he's played more games. But I still think that Tony Gonzalez was more of an impact player than Shannon Sharp.
Yeah, he doesn't come to my mind as one of those tight ends. Like, you could throw Jason Witten in there.
And like you said, I really don't think that a lot of people knew that unless you watched Shannon Sharp back in the day, they wouldn't have known he was a tight end.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, you could even throw Heath Miller in there. Pittsburgh Steeler tight end. Back in the early 2000s, I think he retired in 2014, 15. He comes to my mind before Shannon Sharp.
Yeah. There's a couple players.
I don't know who thinks of Shannon Sharp that way. I know he also has a rival on television. So, yeah, not many people think he's relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I feel on it.
Must be nice.
As always, Dougie Saravo, the president of Saravo Broadcasting, and we got Big Dave of Unsolicited Role Models. So, Dave, before we let you go, can you give me one key headline for this upcoming NFL week? Week 16, we got 2 more to go.
Oh, this is going to be a tough one. I do have a hot topic of the day, though.
Let's hear it.
Hot topic of the day. Ryan Fitzpatrick seems like he believes that he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame for his ballot.
Ooh.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't see it. I don't think
greatest backup
to
play the sport. I think he's one of the greatest backups to ever play the sport.
Yeah, but I would not consider Hall of Fame.
But I don't think he ever makes it into the Hall of Fame.
I don't think so either.
Ever.
Yeah,
unless it's a year that, it's a bunch of trash players.
Yeah, but I don't
no
think he even
offense
has
to Ryan
numbers.
Fitzpatrick. It's Ryan Fitzpatrick at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's I wouldn't even consider him a Hall of Famer. I just think of him like as a guy that's been around the league and just was a backup quarterback.
I think he's one of the top you could mention as one of the greatest backup quarterbacks. The guy had flair, the guy had style, but at the same time, it wasn't good enough.
Yeah,
he was never good enough.
I would not put him in there.
So
let's see. All right. So he played from 2005 to 2021. 223 touchdowns, 169 interceptions. Those touchdowns are more than Cam Newton. He's not going into the Hall of Fame. 34,000 yards. Okay, that's what? Top 20, top 30? And his QB record is 59, 87, and 1. So I'm not putting him in there.
Yeah, I would not put him in there.
He's had one winning season as quarterback. 10-6, 2015 with the New York Jets, and they did not make the playoffs. Other than that, he's gone 5-8, 6-6, 6-10, 4-9, 4-4, 0-1, 4-3, 2-5. He's played on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 teams.
So he's been around the league.
So he's not going to go into the Hall of Fame.
No.
Like, he's arguably one of the best backups for sure.
Yeah.
But he's not going to be a Hall of Famer.
No, especially with the names that are coming out still.
But
You know.
Phillip Rivers now has to wait. He was a semifinalist for this year, which I think gives Eli an advantage now because Phillip Rivers is not there. I think he has to wait to 2031.
He has to wait 5 years, I think it is.
Yeah, so even if he plays 2-3 games this year, he's still got to wait 5 years to hear his name called in the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
But hey, he's the one he wanted to play, so I can't really.
Yep.
But yeah,
But-
I think he did it for the insurance.
Yeah, I think he did the same thing. I think he did it for the insurance. But anyway, back to it. Game of the week to watch: Patriots versus Ravens. I think if the Ravens lose this game, they're out of the playoffs. So, and then if the Patriots win this game, they clinch the AFC East. Big game to watch. I'll be watching. I think there's great games all around this week.
Yeah, Steelers Lions is a good one.
Mhm.
Lions are fighting for their lives. Steelers,
Packers, Bears.
yeah, Packers, Bears. I tell you, Steelers, they're playing good football, but at the end of the day, I don't think they have enough to win a playoff game.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I think Rodgers still holds them back from getting a playoff win. That cold weather is going to get to him, the arthritis. So I would like to see what Quinn Ewers has against this Bengals defense in his NFL debut. I would like to see what J.J. McCarthy has against this terrible Giants defense. I would like to see what he has with Minnesota still.
Watch Phillip Rivers again.
Watch Phillip Rivers again. Tampa versus Carolina. I think whoever wins this wins the division.
Cowboys, if they win against the Chargers, or if they lose, they're done.
Yeah, so a lot of good games. Jacksonville, Denver. Raiders, Texans. No one cares about them. So yeah, a lot of good games this week. We got the Saints and the Jets, but a lot of games have playoff implications.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to that, big guy.
Must be nice.
Let's see. We got a few more comments. Oh, we got something from Mikey Steiner. Next week assignments: best and worst moments this year. Christmas show, 1 through 5 football moments.
So he wants us to do a Christmas show of 5 of the best and 5 of the worst moments. Or
Yeah, worst moments this year.
one of the worst moments was the Giants' collapse.
Which one?
Denver Broncos.
Which one though? There's been plenty.
The collapse. We all know the collapse, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
but
act
what
like
one?
you don't know.
Against Detroit.
Against Denver.
Yeah, but we've had many. You can't keep track.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is true. At least you agree to that.
But can you give them credit, or do you just say, "Oh, they played the Giants"? Because I feel like the Broncos have been playing good football. I think playing against Jacksonville is going to be a big test for them, but we'll see. It's a different game come. It's a different game come January.
I don't think Denver's that good. Great defense. I don't think they got an offense. I mean, if we're going to talk about schedule-wise, we can look at their schedule too.
Oh yeah, they've had an easy schedule.
So
There's no denying it.
I mean, yeah, we can go. The Giants have the Giants were coming in as the hardest schedule of the season. We look at their schedule. We look at Denver. Eh. So, I mean, it's next season is going to be a whole different season, but at the same time, I like I've said once, I've said it before that all these teams have played an easy schedule with injuries.
Yeah. Dolphins been inconsistent.
Must be nice.
So before we're gonna wrap up in like 2 minutes, but does Tua find a new home next year?
Tua?
Yeah.
Oof. That's a tough one because who's going to want his contract? I mean, the guys had more impactful concussions throughout his career. I wouldn't want a guy like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
You know, you look at Tua. Tua is one of those guys. He doesn't have a great deep ball throw. He gets the dude seems like he's already messed up concussion wise when he talks in his interviews. So in reality, do I want that much of a risk on my team? No.
Yeah.
I'd
I
rather
don't know.
take Kyler Murray over him. I'd rather take Trey Lance over him. There's a couple quarterbacks that I'd rather take over him just because of the fact that those injuries were significant. They were big injuries. They were big concussions. So you're just putting a high risk on it.
Yeah, he's getting paid what, like 50 maybe?
Yeah, 51 million or something like that. Let's see.
Yeah, I think Tua's a risk no matter who he's playing on.
Yeah, 51 million. So he makes this year his base salary was 25 million with a $8 million signing. I think that was a re-sign. Where's the full salary? Signing bonus was 42 million. His average salary is 53 million a year. 53. I'm not paying a guy 53 million a year with the way he talks in interviews, the injuries he's been through. I'm not paying him. Sorry. I'd rather pay Burrow.
Yeah, Tua, I don't know. I feel like that guy's inconsistent. You watch him play, he looks lost half the time. He
Mhm.
makes sloppy plays. He can't slide. I don't know. I would stay away from Tua. I think Miami has a good quarterback in Quinn Ewers, but in the long run, it's like the guy's getting paid too much. Move on from Tua, but it's going to be hard. I can't really blame McDaniel. I don't know. Miami's in a situation where, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Steiner says your best bet is the Patriots this week. They will win easy.
Take the spread. I think they're gonna win. Baltimore's looked horrible this season. Receivers have looked horrible this season. Lamar's looked horrible this season. He's hurt right now. He's banged up. I agree that the Patriots should win. I would not say will win because I don't bet on my own teams, but the Patriots should win. But take the 3 points +3.
Oh, that's what it is, +3?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
+3.
That's a good bet.
Yeah, for sure.
I take the Patriots Sunday night.
Take the
And then
Patriots +3.
I have no idea what this means. Do you think that the Giants get the number 1 pick or they fumble it like they did last year?
I think they fumble it.
I don't think they fumbled anything. They got Abdul Carter, great defensive end. Then
Well,
they
he's talking
got
about the first.
then they got Jackson Dart, but I'd rather have Jackson Dart over Cam Ward.
But that's the thing is I don't think the Giants really need that number 1 pick
Yeah, this draft class is terrible.
because what are you gonna do? You're gonna sign a quarterback? Don't see it. You got Jackson Dart over there. it seems like that's your guy. You gonna sign a running back? Cam Scatterbo's over there.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
our guy.
good to have somebody else back there. I mean, I think Jeremiah Love is the number one running back in the league. Then Price comes right behind him. So you got the 1 and 2 best running backs coming into the NFL draft. But do you do that? No, you focus on your offensive line. You get the best offensive linemen out there. And I think you could still do that with the third or fourth pick.
Yeah, but I don't even think they have a top O. Who's look? If you look at the mock draft, it's terrible.
Yeah. It's not that great coming into the season. I mean, there's going to be difference makers. There's going to be guys that shine out of nowhere. But as of right now, I don't think that number one pick matters much besides to a team that wants a quarterback.
Yeah, and who's the guy? Fernando Mendoza?
Yeah. You got Pavia, Mendoza. I mean, you got guys out there, but are they difference makers? That's your point. Are they going to come in there and start game one? No, they're not. I don't think so.
All right, if you look at this mock draft, they say the Jets are going to trade into number one, and you get Fernando Mendoza. Then the second one is the Raiders, Dante Moore, quarterback. Then you have Tennessee Titans, linebacker from Ohio State, Arvell Reese. But the Giants drafted Abdul Carter last year. The next guy is a receiver, Carnell Tate, Ohio State. Then you have offensive tackle, Francis Mayuga from Miami. So if you're looking at this draft class so far, it's quarterbacks, receivers, edge, and one offensive tackle.
And, it makes sense because, I mean, your number one overall pick would probably be either Mendoza because he's won the Heisman or Jeremiah Love because he's the best running back in college football right now. But at the same time, you got to go with your needs. And that's what, drops a lot of these guys back. But at the same time, it's like, who is your big standout name besides these, running backs and maybe like one or two quarterbacks with Pavia, Mendoza,
Moore?
It's like you don't see it much.
Yeah, like if I'm the Giants, I trade up or trade down, and I get like a receiver or an offensive tackle. But in this draft, there's no one that really sticks out to you. Last year we were talking about who's going to be number one. Is it going to be Shador? He fell down. Is it going to be Cam Ward? Is it going to be Abdul Carter? This draft class, I'm looking at it, I don't really know who these names are. I don't know who's number one. Yeah, it's probably going to be Fernando Mendoza, but the Giants they don't need a quarterback.
Offensive tackle.
And they're going to be available 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. That's the biggest thing is Giants need an offensive tackle because, I mean, you look around, they're Wan'Dale Robinson has stepped up, which shows that he can play. We know what Malik Neighbors could do. Your backfield, you got Scat that's going to come back. We know he's going to push through anything. The guy's freaking insane in his fucking head.
Yeah, he is. You see his streams?
For me, it's having Jackson Dart sit in that pocket and, being a little more comfortable in there instead of moving around because that's going to help him in his longevity of his career.
Because I look at Jackson Dart and I think he's the guy. I truly believe he's the guy.
Yeah, so I think that if anything, they trade for a offensive tackle in the league right now, or they just draft an offensive tackle.
Yeah, you could trade for one out there, but yeah, I'm not. If we have number one, I'm not keeping it.
Yeah,
I mean, it would be cool to have a Fernando Mendoza Giants jersey, but there's no need for a quarterback.
you just want the Mendoza Giants jersey.
Why? Jets will trade with Giants, Mendoza to the Jets. Why would I want a Mendoza Giants jersey?
I wonder
Too. Well, the show is Dougie and Mendoza, but no need for a jersey.
Let him get drafted by the Patriots, and I can have a Mendoza Patriots jersey.
You can. You don't have to get it customized.
Yep.
That would be a good idea for you.
Must be nice.
All right, before we let you go, Dave, give me one wild prediction for this week. Don't have to be Don't have to be a full segment, but it could be like 30 seconds to 2 minutes, whatever you think's going to happen.
One wild prediction, it would be the Ravens getting eliminated from the playoffs by losing the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen.
Because I believe that right now, if they lose one more game, they're out. You got Buffalo with 10 wins already. They still would have the fighting chance against Pittsburgh, but in reality, Pittsburgh's got the Browns coming up. They do have the Lions. But they end the season with the Ravens, and I don't think the Ravens have enough in them to beat the Steelers this season. Then you got Houston that's playing phenomenal football, so I think they take another wild card spot. And then you got the Chargers. So I think your wild card spots are going to be already full with Buffalo, the Chargers, and Houston. So Baltimore has to win that division, and I don't see it.
Yeah, especially if Pittsburgh defeats the Lions. But
yeah,
both of those teams are fighting for a playoff spot. So
yep,
that could be the game of the week. But for me, Big Dave, the Jacksonville Jaguars, is it Jaguars or Jaguars?
I call them Jacksonville Jaguars.
All right, Jacksonville. They're going to prove why they could be a threat come to the AFC playoffs. I think that's going to be the upset of the week. Broncos winning streak ends. Jacksonville wins. Trevor Lawrence has a day, so that's my headline of the week. Jaguars get the W, so that's a game to watch for me. I'm really liking to see what Trevor Lawrence, Liam Cohen have in stake against this Denver Broncos team.
Mm-hmm. And to see what the Denver's defense could do against them.
Yeah. Jacksonville's surprising a lot of people.
My problem with Denver is that they can't score as much points as everybody thinks they can. Their defense holds them in games. So, and I think Jacksonville can score enough points to beat them.
Yeah, I agree with that. As always, Big Dave Mendoza, the president of Unsolicited Role Models, the role models you may not want, but you may just need. When are we going to see more episodes from you guys?
I don't know. I'm working on it.
Good. And as always, we got myself, Dougie Saravo, the president and founder of Saravo Broadcasting. We just recorded 2 episodes of Conversations with Dougie, so I'm looking forward to that season next year. Kicks off in February. Can't wait to release them. As always, myself, Big Dave Mendoza. Dave, thank you for coming on every week. We'll try and record an episode next week so we could have it play on Christmas Day, because I do not want to take you away from your family on that wonderful day.
Must be nice.
All right. As always, we got Big Dave and we got myself, Dougie Saravo. See everybody then.